definitely a shooter.
Oh yeah, that's definitely.
Alright guys, so it's October 3rd. It's the first day of archery season here in Pennsylvania. Got some really, really good weather on the first day. This is probably the best weather we've had for several years. When I pulled in this morning, it was like 38 degrees or something like that. This is the stand here that I killed a buck out of 2 years ago, and then Josh killed one, a nice one out of it last year. This is that spot where I was saying that we don't get a lot of bucks on camera and stuff, but for some reason they always end up showing up when we're in here on stand. So we're gonna sit tight here, we're gonna hunt this all morning, then we're gonna switch to a mobile setup here this afternoon and see if we can't do some running and gunning and get one down the first day. So stick with us. Just saw our first deer. I don't know if you can see it on film or not. Camera's kind of at a weird angle, but so our first couple deer. I believe there's 3 does. They came in from down below us here and started coming up, and then they turned and went back down over the hill and down that way. So at least we saw some deer already. It's about 10 till 10. Everything we've seen so far is just a couple does that came walking in and turned back and went back down the same way they came. But action hasn't been really crazy this morning. I thought maybe we would have a little more action, but we're gonna sit tight here for probably about another hour until 11. Get down and then swing around and go on the other side of this public land and come in another way and set up a little mobile setup. Check the trail camera here this morning, and we didn't have anything on camera, but normally we don't. We have another camera down here. The bird is extremely close. But everybody check that camera. That's the camera down below here. We got all those bucks, so we might try to come in next weekend instead of coming in here. Go down there and set a mobile setup up and see if we can't get something to work there. It's actually pretty chilly this morning. I was surprised at how cold I'm actually shivering right now. But yeah, it's been a nice morning. Just not a lot of deer action, so just gotta keep sitting tight. Alright, well, it's about 11 exactly. And on a super productive morning. This spot usually doesn't get hot until right in around the rut. That's when we usually start seeing the bucks in here. We have seen bucks in here early. Just figured I'd give it a shot on the first day, since the weather was pretty nice. But we're gonna go ahead and get packed up here. I'm gonna go down. We have another camera down below here, and I'm going to check that camera, see if we have anything on that, and probably go up to the car and hang out for a little bit or something, and then hop into that other spot. So I'll let you know if we get anything on camera. Alright guys, so came down here to check this camera real quick. Actually got one person on camera, and then the same bucks that we had on camera there last week, posted on Facebook and Instagram, they're back in here again. You can see they really ripped up this branch here, and it looks like back here, I don't know if this is fresh or not. That doesn't look fresh. It's an old rub here, but they've definitely been in here. They're not really big, not real big bucks. The one I would really think about shooting, but still sticking to plan. Heading back up to the car now and gonna get that mobile tree stand and head out to the other spot. So you'll see us out there. I've been walking about 10 feet past where I just last talked to you, and just jumped a little doe. She was laying up here behind all these logs. So I'm trying to sneak up to here, but it's really hard to sneak right now. The woods is very noisy. So just got up in here. We were checking the trail camera. A little buck came right down by us, about 30 yards. Kept walking that way. I think it was like a little 4-point or something. Got a lot of good bucks on camera right now. When I just checked it, some of them are at night. There's a really big 10 right now. He's only showing up at night. I had him one time a month ago, and he was in the daytime. So I mean, he's in here. There's another nice buck that's been in here a couple of times during the day, hitting that scrape. And so I just threw up the mobile setup and did a little run and gun action and see if we can smoke one in here. Never hunted in here. We've talked about hunting in here for a while. When I got this run and gun set up, why not? So we saw one little buck. There's a pile of does in here. On camera I saw, but we'll see if we can get one of them big old boys to come by. So so where we're sitting, it's like a little flat up here with a bunch of low-hanging trees. And every year, there's just scrapes everywhere. And early season, that's one of the best times to hunt over scrapes, because they'll come back over and be checking it and open it back up. So down here below me, I kind of made the scrape a little wider that was already there, and put a scrape dripper over top of it with a camera in front of it. We'll see how that does. Yeah, there's a bunch of pin oaks up here. There's some white oaks and stuff up here. The white oaks don't look too full. I can hear some acorns falling whenever the wind blows. I can hear some of them falling. But yeah, just gonna sit here and be patient. See if one of them other bucks don't come walking by. This here's the cheapest wind checker you'll ever see. $1.73 for the bottle. I put some flour in it because I didn't have baby powder at the time. But it works just the same. Pretty awesome. It's blowing this way. The spot we were worried about, hunting it in the morning, because there's a big field. That's how I come in. We were afraid they'd be out in that field in the morning, and I would end up scaring them coming in. But they're actually coming from the opposite way on the camera. Some of them are in here at like 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. The majority of them are between 8 and 9. And how I have them on camera, it doesn't look like they're coming from the field. It almost looks like they're heading in that direction there in the morning, which is odd, because I'm not that far off the road. Probably only about, actually I can hear a car driving on the game road out there. Probably only 500 yards or so off the game road. And I wouldn't think that they would be heading out that way at that time. So it's weird, they must just be feeding around in here, especially now, because the acorns are starting to drop.